So, as you all know what is Python, but before proceeding, I wanted to know, do you have any question regarding Python, or you want to ask anything about Python? Before I should start, if you have any questions, you can talk to me. Okay. For that, you need to raise your hand, or you can write the question in the chat box, or you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you and will ask you what do you want to ask. Okay. You know the topics, but you don't know the how to do the code. Yes, we are here to do the coding. We are here to do the coding. Manish is saying, I know the topics, but I'm not getting how to code. Don't you worry about it. So today we are going to proceed with this topic, Python. First of all, you need to understand what actually the Python is. What actually the Python is. When we talk about the Python, dear, first of all, I wanted to tell you that this is a 40 days course. This is a 40 days course you must be aware of, or you all know. And each session will be of 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. And of course, and the session timings as per the schedule timings. So let's proceed with the Python and let's discuss what actually the Python is. As I've told you, you need to understand what is the Python. So Python is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted and high level programming language. It is a programming language. It is a programming language which is a general purpose. General purpose means it can be used anywhere. It is a very it in the banking also, in the schools also, everywhere nowadays. Python is the hottest selling programming language. It is simple, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level. So how it is high level, high interpreted, and platform independence, it's easy to say, but these all are the features of Python, which we are going to talk about, which we are going to talk about. So let's proceed. Now, kinds of applications, first of all, we can develop by using the Python. With the help of Python, with the help of Python coding, we can develop many applications like web application development. We know what is web application development, like website development, Java programming language, C language, C++, Python programming. So all these languages are helpful in web application development. But Python is nowadays is is helpful in development of many applications. So development of gaming applications, we can develop the gaming applications also with the help of Python. Artificial intelligence application like machine learning and deep learning. If we want to go ahead with AI, we need to have the knowledge of machine learning and deep learning. But if we want to learn machine learning and deep learning, etc., we need to have the knowledge of Python first. Then only we can learn machine learning, deep learning, or we can go ahead with the AI applications, right? Next is desktop GUI. Now, what is the meaning of GUI? GUI means graphical user interface applications we can develop with the help of Python. Image processing applications, text processing applications, business applications. If we want to go ahead with audio and video based applications, that is also we can develop with the help of Python, like YouTube. Web scraping, harvesting applications we can develop, data visualization. We can even solve numerical and complex mathematical operations. Software development, operation system installers. We can also go ahead with CAD and CAM applications also. embedded applications, IoT-based applications. Automation industry is also using Automation industry is also using the Python language as their programming language. So if they have any problem in their sensors, they all are developed under the programming language, which is Python. Animation of applications. If we want to be a data analysis or data analytics, so we need to have the knowledge of Python. So everywhere, if we talk about, talk about, we should be aware of Python. Python is a most common language, which programming language, which is helpful in development of programs. So even in education industry, as I've told you, that whether it will go for schools or for the colleges or for the universities, they all are using the Python as their main programming language. Now let's go ahead. Now, getting started with the Python. Getting starting with the Python. Now, when we start with the Python, we need to have the knowledge of, first of all, history of Python, that from where the Python is developed. Versions of Pythons. What do we understand by the versions of Pythons which MNCs are using? Downloading process of Python software. Python programming is inspired from and features of Python. First, we are going to talk about the history of Python. Students, when we talk about the history of inspired from, they ask for the features also, and sometimes the history also. Sometimes the history also. Naveen is unable to hear me. Am I audible to everyone else? Am I audible to everyone else? Okay. Okay. It's fine for you now. Fine. In case, student, if you face any problem, just re-log in all the time. Re-log in. Okay. So even when we go for the interview, we need to have the knowledge of each and everything. So whatever I'm telling you, you need to remember that. Secondly, I want to tell you that whatever we'll study in the class, you need to revise it on the everyday basis, because if you'll not spend even 2 hours for Python or 2 hours for Python, you won't be able to get it. You won't be able to get it. You need to practice it. We are starting from the basics and we'll go to the advanced Python in these 40 days. But you need to be regular in the class and you need to have the whole knowledge of Python. You need to practice it every day. Don't forget to practice. Don't even think of noting. If I'm writing something, if I'm doing something in the class, please don't note it down, because you will get the PDF of whatever we'll discuss in the class. You will get the PDF of whatever we'll discuss in the class. So you need not to note it down. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Any questions till now you people have, you can ask me. Any questions till now, you can ask me. No questions. No problem, students. And I want my class to be very interactive. So in case if I ask you any questions, please don't forget to answer in the chat box, because I keep on checking the chat box also. And I love to answer your questions. Even if you ask me. Okay, let's start with the history of Python. Now, when we are talking about the history of Python, Python is what? It is a general purpose programming language which is used in many applications. Now, I have shown you that where we can use this, We can use the while doing the website development in the artificial intelligence as a desktop GUI, audio video applications, data analysis, data analytics. So it is a general purpose language which is helpful in application development of real-time applications. Now, Python Python programming language was conceived in the year 1980. It was conceived means Rossum, who was the father of Python, Guido van Rossum, who developed Python, was started working on Python in 1980. It was implemented means brought into action in the year 1989. Please don't forget that it is brought into the action into year 1989. So it took 9 years to develop the Python programming language. After that, it's not like that. It was on the testing mode. It was on the testing mode. After that, officially, it was released in year 1991. So it took 2 more years. It took 2 more years to officially release the Python programming language into the industry. So on February 20, 1991, Python programming language was officially released. As I've already told you, the Python programming language was developed by the Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum. Who was the Guido van Rossum? He was the father of Python. Now, Python programming language, where it was developed? It was developed at Centrum Wiskunde Informatica, that is CWI Institute in Netherlands. What is that? Centrum Wiskunde Informatica. Now, we need to remember this, that ABC programming language is the predecessor of Python programming language. It was managed. Now, Python programming is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization, that is Python Software Foundation. It is a non-commercial organization, Python Software Foundation. So this question can be asked, that where it was developed. ABC programming language is a predecessor of, okay, one student is asking me, how come ABC programming language is the predecessor of? You can always search about it. What is the ABC programming language? In the class, I can't explain it because it will take time. Okay, so when we talk about the Python programming language, we need to remember it was conceived in 1980, brought into the action into 1989, and it was officially released on February 20, 1991. Guido van Rossum, it was developed by the Guido van Rossum. He was the father of Python programming language and was developed in Netherlands at Centrum Wiskunde Informatica. So you need to remember all these things. It is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization, PSF, Python Software Foundation. So, official website of Python Software Foundation is www.python.org. This is the official website of Python Software Foundation, and we can actually download the Python from their official website. Now, when we talk about the versions of Python which MNCs are using, when we talk about version, what does actually the version mean? Version is a numerical identification. Version is what? It is the numerical identification given to the product or the product vendor. Like we have the 3 versions. Right now we have the 3 versions in the Python programming language. Let's talk about them. First version, 3 versions means 1 version, version 2, version 3. Python 1.x, Python 1.0, Python 2.x and 3.x. If we talk about 1 is what? Python 1.x. If we talk about Python 1 is the major version and x represents the minor version. X represents the minor versions. Like 1.x, 1 is the major version and x represents minor version. We can always go ahead with 1.x, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 6, 7, and so on. So all these are the minor versions. Now, if we talk about 1.x or 1.7 or 1.8, all these versions are outdated. Outdated. So that is the only reason that Python, we cannot work in the Python 1.2, 1.3 or 1.x because it does not support backward compatibility. It does not support backward compatibility. So Python 1 is an outdated version. Same with the 2.x. 2 is the major version and x represents the minor version. We have Python 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. These represents the minor version. 3.x is the minor version. 3.3 is the major version and x represents the minor version. So right now we have 3.12, which is the major version, and 12 is the minor version. Is that clear? 3.12 is the minor version. Now, we recommend you to download Python 3.12.1 version from the python.org. www. Let's go ahead and check that how the downloading process takes place. Let's go ahead and see that. Let's go ahead. What you need to do is just you need to, if you have Chrome, you need to go to the Chrome or whatever you have, the Google Chrome or web, whatever you have, you can go ahead with that. Now, here you need to write www.python.org, which is the official website of Python Software Foundation. So you need to click on this. You need to click on this. You will get the screen like this. Once you open the Python www.python.org, the official website, you will get the screen like this. Okay. Now you can check everything. Now in this, we are talking about the downloading process right now. So what you need to do is just go here. Just go here. You can see the downloads, latest versions. You can see the latest version is Python 0.12.1. 3 is the major version, 0.12 is the minor version, and 0.1 means the minor changes which takes place. That is known by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? Now, if we'll go to the downloads, here is the downloads for Windows. Here for download for Windows. Python 3.9 plus cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. Please remember this. Python 3.9 or plus cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. Now, if we want to see all the releases, we can actually go here and we can see 3.9, 3.10, which was released on 4th October 21. Then it was 3.11 was released on 22, 24, 10. Now 3.12 is on 2nd October 2022. Now pre-released 3.13 even is pre-released and it is planned to be released on 1st of October 2020. So all the versions we can see here what are downloaded, which were downloaded. And if we want to go ahead 2.7, see all the versions are here. We can actually go ahead and see all the versions of Python. 2.4.5, whatever version you want to download, you can download. But before 2.0.1, we cannot down because it does not support the backward compatibility. It is outdated. Okay? 1.x till 1.7 is outdated version. So you can download till from 2.0 also. But we always recommend to download the latest version. So what you need to do is you need to download the latest version. What is the latest version? Download Python 3.12.1. Just click on this. Just click on this. It will be downloaded. See, you'll get the screen like this. You'll get the screen like this. Although it is already there in my system, it will ask me add or now here you will get the option of installation. It is asking for modifying. I have already modified it. Repair, uninstall, whatever you want to. You need to click yes, yes, yes. If I then okay. Okay, you need to click on pip also. You need to click on pip also, and you will be able to download it freely. Is it clear to everyone how to download it? Is it clear to everyone how to download the latest version of the Python? Only one student is responding. Rest of the class is sleeping. Is it that boring? No, it's not. It's not. Very good. Very good. Now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Sorry. Now, we were talking about the Python. Now, we'd recommend you to download the 3.12.1 version from the Python website. Now, let's start with the features. Are you ready for the features to understand what all are the features? But before that, we need to understand what do we understand by the features. Features of a language are nothing but the services and facilities. What is that? Services and facilities provided by the language developers in the language, and they are used by language programmers for developing the real-time application. Right? So what are the features? These are the services and facilities which is provided by the Python language developers, and they are used by the language programmers for developing the real-time application. It has 11 features. If we talk about the Python programming language, it has 11 features. So what all are those? It is simple, freeware and open source, platform independent, dynamically typed programming language. It is interpreted programming language, high-level programming language, robust. Robust means strong, extensible, embedded, both functional and object-oriented programming language. It also supports the third-party APIs such as NumPy and Pandas, Matplotlib, SkyPy, Scikit, Keras, C1, etc. Now, before talking about the features in details, we are going to talk about that Python is inspired from where the Python got inspired, from where the actually the ROSM got inspired, not expired, I'm so sorry, to develop these language. Python programming language has learned functional programming from C, object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, and scripting programming from Perl. Scripting programming from Perl. So it is inspired from the 4 different programming language. So one is C, functional programming from C, object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming from Modulo 3, and scripting from Perl. Now let's proceed with the features in details. Let's proceed with the features in details. Now, it is a simple programming language. Why it is called the simple programming language? It is called the simple programming language because of the factors. Python is one of the simple programming language because of the 3 technical important factors. One is that it provides a rich set of APIs. Now, what are APIs? APIs are nothing but the libraries. But if you want to talk about the APIs, definition of API, API is application programming interface. So it has rich set of APIs so that the Python programmer can reuse the predefined code. The code which he developed earlier, he can reuse it without writing his own code. So hence Python-based applications are easy to develop. Easy to develop because of its rich set of APIs. They can reuse their predefined codes. Now, definition of API. An API is a collection of modules. API is application programming interface. API is a collection of modules. So what is a module? And module is a collection of functions, variables, and classes. What is that? It is a collection of functions, variables, and classes. Example, calendar. Example, calendar. Okay, math, CMath, OS, re-random, and all that. And all that. Okay, so whatever the function we want to do, whatever variable we want to do, or whatever class we want to do, we can go ahead with the APIs. So APIs is a collection of module. Let me show you. Let me show you. After downloading the Python programming, you will get the screen like this. You will get the screen like this. And it's big screen, as you can see, even the whatever we'll write will be in the, we'll talk about the font size also. So what you need to do is you need to click here. You need to go to the properties. I have selected the font size 28. I have selected the font size 28 so that it will be easier to understand. So you need to select according to your choice and then press OK. Okay. Now what you need to do is, like, if I want to go ahead with calendar, what I need to do is import calendar. Now, when we write import calendar, it will import it. And if I write print 2024 year 2024. Sorry, just a second. So if we want to import the calendar, it's writing. So if we want to import the calendar, what I need to do is, just hold for a second. Let me have a glass of water, please. Thank you for holding, students. I'm sorry, I got some problem in my throat. Yes, what I need to do is I need to import calendar. Now, after importing the calendar, we want our calendar to be print. So what I'll write is print calendar, comma, we need to write the month. If we want to write the year only, what I need to write is 2024. See, is there any spelling mistake? Okay, just a second. Import calendar, then let me write calendar, then comma, let me write the month also. Let me write the month also. Two 2024, comma 1. Yes. See, got it. Now print calendar. If I want to go ahead with the second month, I'll be able to get it. Is this clear? So it is a collection of modules, variables, and functions, classes, right? Now, let's go ahead. Now, factor 2. Second factor 2, for calling it a symbol language is, first is because of its rich set of APIs. Second is because, excuse me. Second is because of its, I'm sorry. Python programming provides garbage collector facility. What is a garbage collector facility? Garbage collector is a, is helpful in running the regular Python program. Whatever the unused memory space is there, it removes that unused memory space, which helps in the improvement of Python-based application. So what happens is Python programming provides garbage collector facility whose role is running of regular Python program for collecting or removing the unused memory space and improves the performance of Python-based applications. So garbage collector takes care about automatic memory management. Automatic memory management. Third factor. Python programming provides user-friendly syntax. What does the Python programming provides? It provides the user-friendly syntaxes. Syntaxes are what? Syntaxes are what? If we talk about the syntaxes are nothing but if we talk about these are like in mathematics, what do we have? Formulas. Syntaxes are the formulas. So that the Python programmer can develop the error-free programming language in limited span of time, it provides the user-friendly syntaxes. Clear? Clear? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions still here, students? No questions. No questions. Okay, let me check. It's clear. Very good. Very good. Now, it is a platform independent language. Platform independent language means data types memory remains same on all the OSs. In effective platform independent language, all types of values will be stored in the form of objects. So whatever we store, it will be stored in the form of objects. And they can store, because we are storing in the form of objects, that is why we can store unlimited amount of data in this. We can store unlimited amount of data in this. Hence, Java object contains size restricted. If we talk about the Java, it contains size restricted, where Python objects contain the unlimited size and unlimited values can be stored. Why? Because of its one factor also, because of its garbage collection facility. It collects the unused memory space, which improves the performance. Even we can store the unlimited values and unlimited data can be stored. Now, it is freeware and open source. Freeware and open source. What do we understand by freeware? If any Python software is said to be freeware, it means it can be downloaded freely from its official website, that is Python software. What is a free website of Python? Python software, we have the free website, as we know, www.python.org. So we can freely download it. We need not to pay anything. Freely download it from its official website. That is why it is known as the freeware. And why it is known as the open source? Because the standard name of Python is CPython. And the company which is using the customized version, they can actually, what they are doing, they are actually customizing their names also. Like, if we all know, in-house tool of the companies is CPython. Such types of customized versions of Python are called the distributions of Pythons, like JPython or Jython. This is used for running the Java-based application. If we talk about the Java-based applications, they are running on JPython. They are known by the name of JPython or Jython. Iron-based applications like IronPython and IPython, these are used to run C#.NET application. MicroPython is used to develop the microcontrollers. RubyPython is used to develop the Ruby-based applications, and Anaconda applications like the big data and large data applications which is helpful in saving the Hadoop applications, that is known with the name of big data application or Hadoop applications. Such applications are known as the Anaconda. So all the distributors are using their names according to their usage, right? That is why it is open source. It is open source. So the customized name is CPython. Now, dynamically typed programming language and static type programming language. What do we understand by static type programming language? When we talk about the static type programming language, like in other programming language, we need to mention every time. Let me show you. Like here we are using A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to A plus B. I'm writing this. Now I'm writing print A, comma, type of A. So I am getting, this is the class integer. Now print B, if I write print B, type of B. I'm writing this. And what I'm getting? Now print C, comma, type of C. So we got the output and it is a dynamically cut. But if we talk about the static type programming language, in that what we need to do is we need to always mention the variable. Mentioning the variable is very much mandatory. It is very mandatory Declaration is very mandatory, like int a, b, c. These are the variables, and declaration is mandatory. So we are writing a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to a plus. Like examples in C, C++, and Java, it is necessary to mention this. But if we talk about the static type, dynamically typed program language, it will be mentioned here. When we write such things, like as I've shown you, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C A plus B. So it will mention on its own. It will show this is a class integer, this is a class float, this is what kind of value it is. It will be shown here. So in these programming language, programmer need not to specify the data of the variable, so that data type of variable decided by the Python execution environment based value assigned by the program. Clear? Have you understood the difference between the static type programming language and the dynamically typed programming language? Here, programmer must define a variable. There, we need not to define the variable. Okay, whenever we'll write type, we'll get it. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. No questions. Let's go ahead. Okay. Okay. So all the values in Python programming are stored in the form of objects. So whatever we will store, it will be stored in the form of the object. So this is all about the session today. That's all for the session today. We are going to talk about next features we are going to talk about tomorrow. So today what we have discussed, today let's take a quick recap. We have discussed about the kinds of what is Python. It is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted, high level programming language. Kind of applications we can develop with the help of Python. Told you we can develop the gaming applications, website development, text type based applications, business applications, audio and visual based applications, web scraping and harvesting, data visualization, numerical and complex mathematical operations, software development, data analysis, data analytics, lot many. So nowadays, even automation industry, harvesting industry, everyone is using the Python software. Now, then we discussed about the history of Python. It was conceived in year 19 and it was implemented in 1989, released in the industry on February 1991, February 20. Developed by Guido van Rossum at Centrum Wiskunde Informatica in Netherlands. ABC programming language is the predecessor of Python programming language. Managed and maintained by the Python Software Foundation, PSF, and official website of PSF is www.python.org, from where we can easily download it, freely download it. Versions I've explained you. We have 3 types of version: Python 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. And if whatever comes after .x, .1, .2, .7 till 7, these all are the minor versions. So these are the backward compatibility. 1.x is outdated and it does not support the backward compatibility. 2.x till 7 is still in use. Some of the industries are still using it, but the latest version is 3.12.1, which is the latest versions, and we will always recommend you to download 3.12.1. Now, then we started discussing about the features of Python, in which we have discussed about what are the features. Features are nothing but services or facilities provided by the language provider, and it has 11 features, from which we have discussed till 4. Simple, freeware and open source, platform independent and dynamically typed. Simple, why it is simple? Why it is simple? Because of its 3 factors. Its rich set of APIs. It provides the modules also, like modules like calendar, math, C math, random, if you want to go ahead with NumPy, we need to import NumPy. If we want to calendar, we need to import calendar. So whatever we want to do, we need to import it, like remodule, random module, etc. Its set of APIs. APIs are the libraries. And second is because of its garbage collector facility, which removes the unused memory space and improves the performance of Python application. Third factor is it has the user-friendly syntaxes. User-friendly syntaxes which helps in development of error-free programming language in limited span of time. Second is it is platform independent language. It is platform independent language. Platform independent language means its data remains same on all the OSs. Okay, and everything, whatever we'll store in the form of objects. That is why we can store unlimited amount of data. In Python also, all the values are stored in the form of objects. Freeware, it can be freely downloaded from its official website. Open source, because the company vendors and customize. Otherwise, its standard name is CPython. Customize and company vendors are coming forward and changing the names of CPython as per their usage. Like companies who are using for running Java-based applications, they are using Jython or JPython. Used for C#.NET, IronPython. Used for developing MicroPython microcontrollers, MicroPython. For Ruby-based applications, RubyPython. And for big applications, big data applications, Anaconda Python. As such, we have so many. Then we talk about the dynamically typed language. We know we have two types of programming language. One is static type and second is dynamically typed. Static type is a programming language in which we need to define a variable with data type. Otherwise, we'll get the compile time error. But when we talk about the static type, we need not to specify it. Whenever we write print and type, print A, type A, like A is equal to 10, then we need to write print A, type A. We will get the value. What type of class it is, what type of value it is. So we have talked about why it is dynamically typed programming language. So that's all for the sessions today, students. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. You can raise your hands also and you can ask me. You can raise your hands also and ask me. Atif. Okay, Atif. Yes, Atif, please unmute yourself.
Hello. Hi. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Atif.
I just wanted to know, can we get these documents today?
If you are a paid candidate, you will definitely get the PDF of this.
Okay. And can you please share me the link to pay to do the payment for this one?
You can contact our support team. You know
Okay.
the support team. You just need to mail on support@logiclabstech.com. I'll write it down here. That will be easier for you. Just contact them. They will give you the payment link. Okay.
I got it. Okay.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Sandeep wanted to ask me the question. Yes, Sandeep, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am. It's Sandeep here.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah, I want to know which type of practical examples we will cover during this session.
All type of examples. All type of examples. Even we'll start, as I've told you, we'll start from for 7-8 days till 10 days. We'll cover the basics. After that, every day we'll do the programming, and we'll cover each and everything whatever we have studied.
Okay, like web application integration or like
Everything will. I like web application development. I'm not going to tell you that how like the thing is product training will be provided to you by the wherever you'll work, by the job provider only. But if we'll talk about rest of the things, like what are variables, what is a remodule, what is random module, what is numpy, what is pandas, how to utilize it, I'll tell you each and everything, and even we'll go ahead with the programming also. Okay. I'll tell you about the banking also. How can we, make the salaries also, salary slips also, how can we use in the banking service if we want to go ahead with the banking also. We'll tell you each and everything. Don't you worry. We'll give you lot many examples.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else I can help you with? Anybody else wants to ask any question? Please raise your hand. Okay. Okay. One of the students has wanted to ask me the question. Okay. I am sending you. In Manish, you are asking, me, can you please let me know we can cover all conditions? See, all conditions, it's very difficult to cover because Python, as I've told you, is not a small. We need to go ahead for deep learning, we need to have the knowledge of Python. For machine learning, we need to know for AI industry, we need Python. So Python is not a small language. It's a very big language. You know, Atif, I am not a developer. Will it be easier for me to understand the Python programming language? Yes, it will be very easy for you. You need to attend each and every lecture. You'll get the recordings also. You'll get the recordings also. Don't you worry about it. You will get each and everything. You will come to know even how to use the print command. I'll tell you about it, how to use the print command also in the Python programming. Okay, so don't you worry about it. So Manish, as Manish was asking me, we cannot cover everything. We cannot cover all the conditions. But yes, you can start working after this course. You can start working after this course. It's up to you. Now I'm sending you the mail ID of support team so that you can actually contact them. This is a mail ID. If you want to pay or you want to contact them, whatever you will, please, you need not to note down everything. Whatever you will get the recordings also, and you will get the PDF of whatever we have studied in the class. And this is my personal mail ID. If you want to call me or ask me, if you want to ask me any questions, you can always mail me on my personal mail ID. ritu.logiclabs@gmail.com. If you have any queries, if you have any queries regarding your topics, regarding the class, you can always mail me also. You can always mail me also. Is this fine for you? Is this fine for you, students? Any questions now? Yes, one more student wanted to ask the question. Okay. No one wanted to ask the question. Okay. How many demo sessions do we have? We have 5 demo sessions, dear. You'll have 5 demo sessions. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, Anil. Anil wanted to ask me the question. Okay, just a second. Yes, Anil. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, this is Anil.
Yes, Anil.
So, can you please tell me? So, what I mean, can you cover all the programming, or only you want to complete the banking sector like that?
No, we'll cover each and everything. Not, I'm just giving you the
So,
example. I'll cover each
okay,
and everything. It's not like banking related issue or something like that, or school related issues or university. No, we are going to cover each and everything, all types of programming. We have many programs with us.
So you can cover all the conditions as well as, right?
Yes, we'll cover all the conditions.
If else, loops and all application programming.
Yes, yes, for loops, application programming, everything.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
We'll cover each and everything.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Okay. Just a second. Durga, okay. Durga, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi, man. I just want to know whether this will help me to build my career in data engineering point.
Yes, definitely. Yes, that
So,
is I mentioned you that you can work even as a data analysis, if you want to go ahead with that. Yes.
so for that also we need this initial like, data types and
Python.
everything like that.
Python, yes. Python is, it's the hottest selling language. It is a programming language which is working from since 1991. It is in process. So everyone is using this language right now. So even you want to go ahead with any of the career, you need to have the knowledge of this Python.
Okay, so everything like I am hearing something like pandas and everything. So it will be cover everything like that here.
Till the syllabus we have you have go through the course content.
Yeah.
So we'll cover NumPy and pandas also. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else want to ask me the question? Anyone else? Please, students, it's your time now. You can ask me as many questions as you want. No questions? So shall we wind up? Shall we wind up the class? Okay. So that's all for the session today. Students, hope you like the session. So in case of any queries, you can always contact our support team and me also. I have mentioned my mail ID also. So thank you so much, students. That's all for the session today. Goodbye. Take care of yourself.